Hi, I'm Laurie Pascoe, a family law lawyer practicing in Ottawa, Ontario since 1977. I have produced a series of exciting action-packed videos on how to complete Ontario's financial statements. So to help my clients and anyone else in Ontario who is separating from their spouse or varying their separation agreement or varying a court order, so they can better understand and complete the financial statement. I have broken down my presentation into a series of videos. The first video is a general introduction to the financial statement, and the rest are mostly divided along the lines of the many different parts of the financial statement. To help explain how to complete the financial statement, I have created a fictitious client and a fictitious financial statement rather than having a blank statement. And where appropriate, and to understand the form better, I will at times discuss the law a little. Remember, these videos are not to be used as a replacement for legal advice. You should still consult a lawyer. This video is about income and therefore includes Part 1 of the financial statement as well as Schedule A. In the first box of Section 2, if an employee, put in an X and then give the name and address of your employer. If you are self-employed, put an X in the second box and then name the business. Or if you are unemployed, put an X in the third box in Section 2 and state when you were last employed. In Section 3, please provide as many of these documents listed that you may have and note which ones you have provided by putting an X in the box naming the document. In Section 4, please put in the amount that appears on your last filed income tax return found on line 150 of your tax return. This is your gross income before any deductions such as income tax, CPP, or unemployment insurance. Section 5 is somewhat confusing, which in my next lifetime, when I am a drafter of Ontario's family law forms, I will definitely change. Those big black dots should be, in my humble opinion, boxes and not dots, so to make it clear as to what is being filed with the financial statement. And the box should not be where it is now located, but there should be 3 boxes besides the documents you are filing. What it all means is if you have your last 3 years' income tax returns and 3 years' notices of assessments, then provide them. But if you do not have them, then immediately order the income and deductions printout from CRA at the number given on the form, being 1-800-959-8281. You will ask CRA for your income and deductions printout for the last 3 years. It only takes a couple of weeks to obtain and costs nothing. It is a good idea to order them even if you do have the last 3 years' income tax returns and the last 3 years' notices of assessment. I now always request my clients and the other side to order them even if they have given the tax returns and notices of assessment, as it confirms there was no reassessment. If you are a status Indian and don't file tax returns, check that box and provide other documents proving your income. In the income table 1 to 10, for each source of income, put the gross amount before deductions received on a monthly basis. So if you're paid your salary every 2 weeks, like most employees, then divide that number by 2 and multiply by 4.33 to get the monthly amount, as there are more than 4 weeks in a month. If you receive annual bond interest, divide that amount by 12. The amounts are what you are currently receiving and expect to receive this year. The employment income includes overtime you have received or expect to receive this year. You can tell me or your lawyer what your base income is and whether you expect to receive the same overtime in the future, but overtime has to be reflected in the financial statement. Bonuses in line 2 are also included in your income. Generally put down the bonus received last year, unless you know what we'll see this year is different. Please again discuss the bonus history with your lawyer or with me. Often people get a bonus, then don't put it down, saying they don't think they'll get one the present year because it's not guaranteed. It still must be noted. And if you don't, a court might think you're being misleading. For investment incomes, generally people put down what they earned last year based upon their tax return, unless they know what they're going to receive in the current year. For some types of income, like business income, at this point you just may have to estimate it or base it on the previous year's financial statements. If you have a business or profession, it's best to provide your business or profession's financial statement for the last 3 years. Number 11 is the amount from the total of Schedule A, which for some reason is later in the form and is a schedule. It lists the types of income that most people do not generally have, such as partnership and rental income, but also some common income that people have, such as dividend income and capital income. As I said, this total is inserted on line 11 of Part 1. Schedule A is found at the end of the financial statement. As I said, I'm not sure why they need the schedule, as they just could have put those types of income as income sources and save paper and confusion. But maybe next time when they redesign the forms, they'll fix that one. I suggest you do Schedule A now, so you can insert the number it produces now into number 11 to get total income. With respect to number 12 and 13 in the income table, the computer will generate the total monthly income and yearly income, but you can also calculate it manually to make sure it makes sense. It is important to note that the total income figure as calculated by the financial statement is not necessarily the same income figure used for the calculation of child and spousal support under their respective guidelines. This is for a variety of reasons. Some income for the guideline purposes, such as non-taxable disability income, is grossed up. Capital gains and dividend income is also grossed up because it's taxed differently. And the child tax benefits are not included to determine income under the guidelines. There are also some deductions from income allowed by the guidelines, such as union dues. So don't just take this figure on the financial statement and plug it into the guideline tables and think that determines what support should be. It will be a rough idea, but it's probably not the final number. I may be biased, but I think you'll need a lawyer to do that calculation with the full version of child and spousal support software. You cannot just use the printed tables the government publishes on the federal government's website, which has a child support calculator, or the free divorce bank calculator for child and spousal support found at www.mysupportcalculator.ca. Using those calculators may in some cases be very close, and in fact some cases come up with the exact amount. But until you see a lawyer, you should not agree to the amount based upon the income produced by the financial statement. I think that is my only product placement on this video. I'm not getting paid to plug DivorceMate. 14, other benefits, is generally not filled out. But if your employer pays for any benefits, such as a contribution to a dental or drug plan, please note this in this section. Same if you have a company car or other benefit. Do not worry about inserting the value of such a benefit, as it's not easily known and does not figure in on the support calculation formulas. So leave it blank unless you are sure of the amount and it shows on your tax return with a specific taxable benefit. That's it for the income section. And remember, these videos are not to be used as a replacement for legal advice. You should still consult a lawyer.